What's going on out there, good people? It is your boy Look Around with LMD Trading. And you know what time it is. It is time to get these trades reviewed. Man, oh man. Closing out this January on a red day today. It's a little heartbreaking as I sit here to say that. Just going back over the trades as I recall them in my head today. So um, we'll go ahead, get Trader View pulled up and get reviewing these trades. Um, I did take a couple of regular stock trades this morning in my other account. First thing, I traded FGI and then I traded CHPT this morning. Both of those I got green trades on out of my other account that I trade out of. But on this small account today, we finished down $70 on 5 trades. And we're still in the 2 trades that we took on Friday. Both of those kind of turned against us and they're in the red right now. So have a little time left on them to see if they can kind of play out. Otherwise, we'll be getting out of those. And they might just end up being red if they don't change. But we took 5 trades this morning. First one, TSM. And that was a call play. Got out of it for a $6 gain and kind of got scared out of it. Next one we traded was RBLX, another call play. Made decent money on that one. If I recall correctly, that was actually a real quick trade. And then these 3 trades right here. Boy, oh boy. I said in multiple videos, I wish I can have those trades back. And I think every trader that has losing trade and they review it, most of the time wish they can have them back. And those are the 3 trades I definitely wish I could have back. I'm going to pull up my watch list real quick just so we could look at that. This was my watch list this morning. These were the stocks that I was watching. And if you look at every single one of them, they stayed in uptrends pretty much all day. And within my trading strategy, in order for a trend to change, it has to have, if it's in an uptrend and it's changing to a downtrend, it needs to have 2 lower lows and 2 lower highs. And if it's in a downtrend and it's changing to an uptrend, it needs to have 2 higher highs and 2 higher lows. And if you look at most of these stocks today, none of them really had a real trend change. We could look at NVAX and you can somewhat see here you had some higher lows, higher highs, and it changed the trend. And you had this whammo candles here that jumped it up. But for the most part, everything just stayed in smooth transitions. So for me to try to flip and go puts or go to the low side just really didn't make too much sense today. But we'll go ahead. We'll get the review screen set up. Get that pulled up. We'll go ahead and get Trader View back pulled up so that we can go through and review these trades. And we'll try to figure out just what was going on in the head of LookAround today and see why he flip-flopped. So let's go ahead and get him going. The first one that we took was TSM. And let's go ahead and get TSM pulled up. And TSM we got in at 10:02. And like I said, first thing this morning, I kind of tried to find some ideas to just trade stocks on to kind of keep my mind off of trying to get into options earlier. And I made money on those stocks, but I think it kind of hindered me, especially looking at just this first trade. Definitely kind of hindered me. So if we look at TSM, we see it open and dropped. That was low of the day. Came up, tested the VWAP, held strong, and took off. Here is where I actually should have been getting in this trade, 952. And it made a nice move. Bought one contract. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I did get two contracts on this one. I don't know why I thought I had one contract. So that was 120. High to move 127. So definitely would have made our money on this entire move right here. But we got in here late, basically breaking what would have been the high of the day here. And we got out right here on this red candle. Like I said, somewhat like we got scared out of it. So we got in at 120, we'll call it 120.80. The high of that candle was 121. Might have been able to get 1R out of this entire move had we stayed in it the entire move. But got scared on this red candle, knowing that we were already battling this area of resistance because we're getting in right at it. And made $6 on this trade. So that was the first trade of the day. Not much to it. Again, like I said, here would have been the optimum area. Getting in right here, already missed all of the move. So not a real good trade to have been getting into. Next trade that we took was RBLX. RBLX. This one here we got in at 10.04. So we would have been getting in right there. This one we got out at 10.06. So we got out on that candle. So let's take a look at it. So on the 2-minute, open, low of the day. Everything set low of the day early. So that was low of the day. Pretty much just traded right along the VWAP, tested it, held strong. Here would have been a good area to get in. But again, that's at 950. Wasn't even really paying attention. So I need to reevaluate that thought that I had there, because 950 showed excellent entries on both of these, on Square and on RBLX. But we missed that one. Came up. You see right here is where I entered this area of resistance set. So it came up, tested it, pulled back. So decent little pullback with a color change mixed in there. And we got in right here. And this thing made that little short move. And on 2 contracts, we had our target hit, $50. We were getting out with a hard target in the system, which after every trade after this one was not the case. It was not the case. So the next trade that we took was SQ. And we got in SQ at 1019. Let's see, 1019. Where's 1019 candle? So right there. So again, this is clearly in an uptrend. We're getting higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. Here, it did kind of roll over. But again, based on my strategy, I can't start going low until I have 2 lower lows and 2 lower highs. But I made a put play right here. So I bought 2 puts right here. And we see that this did come down, tested VWAP. I should have been out right there. Let's look at this. That's 118. That's 116. That's $2. That's target. That is target. But I did not put my target stop in. So I didn't get out of the trade. And we stayed in this trade until 10:49. So on a trade that we shouldn't have been in because we shouldn't have been going low, we could have hit target. Bad trade, but still made money. Don't want to fall into the habit of doing that. But it bounced off of the VWAP, came up, tested it again. So now it's heading back up again. That was short-lived. We got out right here for a $16 loss. And like I said, these arrows are not precise on where we getting in. So may have got in at the bottom of this candle and stopped out at the top. But these were the candles that I was getting in on. But $16 loss right there. So instead of bad trade making money, we took a $16 loss on that trade. And that pretty much started the fiasco of the day. Next trade that we took was RBLX. So we went back to RBLX, the trade that we hit target on in like 3 minutes. And now, again, we're playing puts. So nowhere, even on the 1 minute, which makes things happen faster, do we see two lower lows and two lower highs. And we get in at 10:09. We get in on that candle right there. So we're getting in right here. And again, this was where we were trading earlier, higher highs, higher lows. We come here and we set a lower low and a lower high. But then we get right back into a higher low and a higher high. So we didn't change transitions. And again, you see I put a area of resistance here. So I'm knowing that this is resistance. And I buy in right here. And I'm chasing. That's the only thing I could think of is I'm chasing down back to the VWAP because it tested it here. But we have this area of support clearly marked out. And that's exactly what it did. It hit the area of support, bounced, pushed up, bounced, off to the races again. Off to the races again. Getting in right here. This is a bad trade. Put your stop right there. Take your medicine. Stop out. So that's what? 64, call it 64.50. 65. That's a 50-cent stop. So we're going to lose $25. We're going to lose $12.50 per contract, 2 contracts. Take your medicine and go on about your business. Look for your next trade to get in. And actually, we had 3 contracts on this one for some strange reason instead of the 2. So that would have been $12.50 times 3 that we would have stopped out on that on. But we didn't have a stop in the system. And we stayed in that trade until 15:32. 15:32. And we got out on that candle right there. So, bad trade, suck it up, get out right there. 12.50. What's that? 37. Take your $37 stop loss and fight on. We don't do that. We let this thing ride. Clearly way over our stop right there. That's like way over the stop. We let it ride. Here, we could have got out and probably salvaged and made a little money. Missed the opportunity. It rides. Boom. Again, another opportunity. Don't get out of it. And then finally get out when I get back to my desk. That's because there was no protection right here on any of this. And I was not at my desk. Sat back down at my desk and got out right there. $51 loss. $51 loss. I think I got back to my desk right around 2:30, 2:30ish, somewhere around there. So we had already missed this opportunity. Wasn't at my desk for this right here. So just poor execution, poor trade management, and definitely could have paid for it losing more than $70 today. Definitely could have paid for it losing more than $70. But that was RBLX. And then our last trade of the day was BABA. And again, if you remember looking at my watch list, you saw everything was running high. Everything was running high. You see it right here. Don't even need to look at the watch list. It's clearly showing it to us right there. But BABA, we got in at 11.16. So let's see. 11.16, that red candle right there. Let me go ahead and blow these candles up, make it a little easier for us to see what the pattern was looking like. So we got in right there. Again, uptrend. Higher high, higher low, higher high. Even low, but then you come right back to a higher high, higher low. So that trend's still going. Kind of rolls over, top and tail. But we still don't have two lower highs, two lower lows. So trend has not changed. Why are we trying to buy calls right there? It don't matter that you're getting top and tails. It does not matter. And we buy one put this time. So we buy one put. Again, only thing I can assume, trying to chase it back down to the VWAP. But this thing is holding steady. I could drop a trend line right there and we can see, we'll go ahead and do it. Let's drop a trend line right there. And I'm gonna extend it to the right, extend it to the left, and I'm just curious to see. Look at that. Look at that. That's technical analysis right there. So you saw I dropped that trend line just in that area and I extended it. And look at what it's doing. It's riding the trend line. We're getting in just as it's going to bounce off of that trend line. And look at what it did all day. It finally broke it right there. So here is breaking trend and it heads down and it kind of trades sideways. This was no reason to buy a put here when you have this trading on this trend line. And I didn't even need to see this trend line to know that that was a trend line. And it just rode it. And then we stayed in that one to 14.51 because, again, I wasn't at my desk. And these two trades here had no protection. They had no protection at all. I can admit when I just was totally trading stupid today. So it's trading that trend line that we put. It broke it. But again, it never gave two lower lows, two lower highs to change the trend. It's just trading now sideways. It's trading sideways. And we got out of it here for a $59 loss on one contract. Just all I can do is shake my head at today, people. That's all I can do. And just say that I learned to live and fight another day, because this was just bad trading all the way around. Clearly trading on this trend line, and it's in a channel. So I'll change this to a channel, redraw as a channel, and let's see. It's clearly trading in that channel. So if there was an idea to buy a put, it should have been bouncing off of the upper channel, which is still a bad play because that's not a part of my trading plan. That's not one of my strategies to trade the channel. So sucking it up, lost 70 bucks. Finishing the month with a red day, but we're still finishing the month green overall. And that was our last um, trade of the day. I'm gonna go ahead and pull Trader View up real quick just so we can look and see what we did on the month. And then I'm gonna go ahead and shut this one down. So that one there gave us 4 red days on the month. 70 bucks. Not a bad loss. Not a bad daily loss. But still a red day that should not have been nonetheless. Let's take a look at our details. So we are finishing up 2,300 bucks. That's good. Our average daily gain, right where we want it to be, $100. Average winning trade, 51. Need to work on that in February. Get that down some. Right here is good, 61.37. I figure as a new trader, 60-40 is good. 60-40 is good, but we have room to work on that. Definitely didn't want to change that today. Did not want to take a loss greater than 270, so we're good there. Our average hold time for wins, that's good. Let those wins kind of play out unless we get a quick pop and hit target real quick. Average hold time, this is where we got to work on that. I'm gonna go back over here to Baba real quick. Give me 1 second, and just so we could see something real quick. All right, so got Baba back pulled up. So we know that this was a bad trade, but even it being a bad trade, our stop is going to be right here. So if we got in right there, that's 2 to 3 candles before we stop out. So that's 4 to 6 minutes before we stop out. Take the stop. We stayed in that trade, what, 2 hours, 3 hours? That is what adds to this average hold time on losers. There's no reason. Get out of that trade, cut it, and go on to the next trade. Admit that you're wrong and be done with it. So that's where I need to work on in February, cutting that down. Scratch trades, we still just had the one scratch trade. That's just getting out, basically break even. So definitely have things to work on. Performance, we still see that Friday is our best day for the month of January. Like I said, be curious to see how February pans out. 10 o'clock. I'm not gonna hold myself to this because I see that cost me today. I think I may have to change that in my plan to maybe not take a trade in the first 10 minutes. That'll give 2 5-minute candles, and that'll give 5 2-minute candles. So I don't think I want to hold myself steadfast to that. Not getting in a trade until 10 o'clock. Because again, like I said, that kind of cost me on 2 trades today. Good start to the year. That's good. This might take a hit. This might take a hit on those 2 contracts that I'm still in. So be curious to see how those play out. But decent month. Decent month for January. But definitely left some room for improvement. So why is Alexa talking?
Can't help with that. Do you want to try it?
No.
All right.
All right, sorry about that. Alexa wants to get in the conversation. But definitely left some room for improvement for February. So I'll be looking forward to getting back in the market tomorrow and seeing what we can do. So I'm going to go ahead and end this one. I'm a little hungry. About to go fix me some dinner. And we'll see y'all back same place, same time, hopefully tomorrow. Peace.